Hello everyone, I am back today with episode 6 of Travel Talk Tips and Trivia. In today's language lesson, we are going back to our first language that we learned in this series, which is French. The sentence that we're going to learn today is something that might come in handy if maybe you're a beginner in French and you're in a French-speaking country and you're struggling a little bit to communicate with someone in French. So you could say to them, Je veux parler anglais. Je veux parler anglais. And what this means is, I want to speak English. We learned already that je is I. Veux is the first person singular form of the verb to want. So it's I want. Parler is the basic form of the word to speak. So this actually means to speak because it has the ER at the end. And then anglais means English. So, je veux parler anglais means I want to speak English. You could also substitute a different language in here instead of English, depending on where you're from. Or if they're like trying to speak to you in your native language and you really want to try to speak French with them, you could change this to français. Je veux parler français, s'il vous plaît. I want to speak French, please. You could put in espagnol for Spanish or whatever your native language is. You might have to look it up to see how the French say the name of your language. Okay, today's travel tip is to be flexible with your dates. And this applies to almost any kind of travel that you can do. This can be helpful if you're looking at when to book flights. It can be helpful if you're looking at what days to stay at a hotel or a resort, even between like staying on a weekday or a weekend. It can be helpful when you're shopping for cruises, that there's a lot of variation in prices of cruises depending on the date that you go, even from week to week. It can be helpful for if you're looking for when to take an international trip. Certain countries are going to be more expensive to visit at certain times of the year. So when I say be flexible with your dates, I mean that you need to be flexible with your dates in several ways. You need to be flexible with the time of year, so the season and the month of the year. You need to be flexible with what, week or where in the month you go. Like when you start your trip, if you shift it just a little bit later or earlier, is it going to change the price? And you need to be flexible with even the day of the week because there can be a significant difference in price depending on if it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or whatever. That's something to be mindful of anytime that you're booking travel, is if you can be flexible with your dates, you open up a lot more possibilities when it comes to price. Okay, last week's trivia question was kind of a tricky one. It was how many states in the United States start with the letter M? And the correct answer is 8. There are 8 states in the United States that start with the letter M. Congratulations if you got that right. And just so you don't think I'm making it up, here's what they are. Maine, Massachusetts, Maryland, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Montana, and Missouri. Those are the states that start with the letter M. It is the most common letter in the United States for state names to start with. Today's trivia question is, which London store is commonly referred to as the Queen's Grocer? Put your guesses to that trivia question in the comments below and be sure to check back next time for my next Travel Talk Tips and Trivia video to find out the answer to this video's trivia question. If you're enjoying this series, please be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming episodes. And if you liked this video, be sure to give me a like down below. Have a great day, everyone, and safe travels!